thoughts and tributes and what you're snacking on, Liz. Liz digging canoe, bringing you together. Liz digging canoe, get ready for the show.
Good morning to everyone. Welcome to the stream. My name is Liz. This is Coffee with Liz. I don't have my coffee yet, but I will soon, I promise. Before we get things started, I had a little bit of a misadventure. I got a bit of a very swollen lip this morning. Got whacked in the mouth by a branch. So just ignore the stuff that's going on here, and I promise that next Sunday I will be back to my pretty self. Oh my goodness, the stuff that happens, I tell you, it's always something with me. Yeah. Hello. Here's my coffee. Right on. I just want to say that Christmas is coming up, and a Digging Canuck mug would be a great stocking stuffer. Hint. They are available in my Teespring store with the there's a link in the description of this video. I apologize for that shameless plug. Oh my goodness. So please ignore my swollen lip. I'm not going to give you a profile because Mr. Canuck said that my profile looks like a Simpsons character. So hopefully I will not turn to the side, and like I said, next Sunday I'll be my pretty old self. Oh my goodness. So cheers to everyone. Cheers to you all. Yeah, thank you. Wow, that is a hot cup of coffee. So for everyone, or for all of those that are watching this and you've never joined me before, every Sunday morning we have a casual conversation with a YouTube personality. Could be from the metal detecting field, could be a magnet fisher person, could be a coin roll hunter, bottle digging, dump digger, gold prospector, doesn't matter. If that's something that you're interested in, then please join me every Sunday morning, and while you're at it, hit the subscribe button and join Canuck Nation. So right on. Before we get things started, I have to say hello to everyone in the chat this morning. Right on. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, I think there's somebody here. Let me just mute that for a second. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's say hello to everybody before anything else happens. This is me we're talking about, so goodness knows stuff does happen. Andrew T in the chat this morning. Very first one in the chat from a soggy Mississauga. Yeah, it's very soggy in at the Canuck Igloo as well. And there is a massive storm in Ontario. We are hopefully not where I am, but they have forecast winds into like maximum gusts 100 kilometers an hour. They're expecting shingle damage, tree damage, and all that sort of thing. So if that kind of weather is happening where you are, please be safe. What just happened here? Okay, I thought something happened, but oh my god, it's gonna be that kind of a day. It started out like this, and that's gonna be how it is. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I hope you all stay safe this morning. Linda Wallace with the Blue Ridge. Linda, thank you and welcome again. The traveling detector is here. Rebel Digger also in the chat. Zulu 07901 is here. Oh my goodness. Who else? Diggin in the chat. Thank you very much, Diggin. I do appreciate that. Neil, the comic chef, is in my house. Diggers down under. Right on. Neil digs some of the most amazing things. It's just incredible. Neil, thank you very much for joining us today. I guess it'd be, yeah, it's like nighttime there, or almost nighttime. Well, no, it is nighttime there. Team Clam Bake, East Coast Outdoor Adventure says, good morning, all. Good morning to you too as well, Team Clam Bake. I do appreciate you joining. Mark Thomas, front and center. Mark, thank you very much. Allison, Pink Power Alley, is already in the chat. We're going to be talking to her in a bit. J777 Extra says, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. The Metal Sharks in my house this morning. Thank you, Metal Sharks, very much. Oh, what just happened there? Hey. It's always something. It's always something. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Glenn Bowles. Glenn Bowles is in the house. Glenn says, good morning, all. Good morning, Glenn. Thank you very much. Diggin says it is sunny but cold in South Dakota. All right. Oh my goodness, what just happened here? Nick Haas is in my house this morning. Thank you very much, Nick, for joining us. I do appreciate that. All right, East Team Clambake is waving. Let's all wave back at Team Clambake. Oh my goodness, Deej, as in digging with Deej, just popped in. Deej, thank you so very much. Coins for Amateur CFA. He posted something on, I think it was Twitter. There is a shortage of boxes of coins. So CFA is looking for some boxes. If you can help CFA out, send him an email, get in contact with CFA, and help him out with some boxes so he can continue doing his coin roll hunting. All right. Yeah, if you've just joined me, please ignore the lip action, okay? A little bit of misadventure this morning, so yeah, just ignore the lip. Oh my goodness. All right, one more slurp. Wow, that is really hot. Oh my goodness. On today's show, in case you're wondering, because you probably are, on today's show, my very special guest is Alison from Pink Power Alley. I'm going to ask her to pop in a couple minutes. And if you have any questions for Alison throughout the rest of the stream, put in @DiggingCanuck, get my attention, and I will do my best to ask her that question. Before we get to Alison, let me do this. Super Chat Squad is back for the month of November. Yeah, Super Chat Squad is back. If you don't know what Super Chat Squad is all about, watch this. It's like less than a minute. All right, so that is Super Chat Squad, and let's see. There you go. Somebody is gonna win that on December 1st, and let me get rid of that because it is the month of November and it is the month of remembrance. I'm gonna throw this in as well. This is a colorized Armistice $2 Canadian coin known as a toonie. Gonna throw that in as well because it is November and lest we forget. All right, I am going to ask Alison to join us. Let me just find her. All right, I'm gonna ask Alison to join us. Alison, click that link. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so remember, if you have a question for Alison, put an @𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗓𝗪𝗏. All right, Alison is here. One sec, Alison, and I will pop you up on the screen. That was pretty seamless this morning. There you go. Good morning, Alison. How are you?
A little tired this morning. Woke up to heavy rains up here in Erin, and I was hoping to get out again because I'm not ready for the snow yet.
Oh, yeah. Don't say the snow word yet. Don't say. We might get some flurries this afternoon, though. That's what I heard.
They can keep it north of Highway 9.
So, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Alison. This is Alison. She is Pink Power Alley, and for those of you who perhaps don't know who Alison is, she's a Canadian detectorist. Not only that, she is a ring finder and a scuba diver. Extremely multifaceted lady right here, and I hope to discuss everything this morning. So Alison, right on. Just I do this to everyone, and I guess I kind of did it, but in like 3 sentences, who's Pink Power Alley? 3 sentences.
Born and raised in Rexdale, journeyman power lineman with Etobicoke Hydro, first female in Canada in 1992. City of Brampton traffic signal and streetlight inspector now 15 years. Won a metal detector at a golf tournament 7 years ago. Went to the Toronto Metal Detecting Club at the Radio World, put on the National or World Metal Detecting Day. I think it was one of the biggest events I've ever been to, other than Pound the Ground. And just got hook, line, and sinker. Went out, bought 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗔𝗟𝗓𝗏𝗏 secondhand E-Track, then moved up to 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗓𝗏𝗪𝗏 2 soon after for water detecting. And then I'm a former, tried out for the Olympics many years ago. I think I was 16, 17.
Wow. What sport? What sport?
Swimming, freestyle.
Oh, wow.
Breaststroke, yeah.
Really? So were you, when you were doing that, were you was that the same time that Alex Bauman was swimming? Did you know Alex?
Yes, I gave him a little daisy. I'll never forget this at Centennial Park. He was swimming, I think it was the Nationals for qualifications for the Olympics. And I give him a little daisy because we would go take a break from the chlorine in the Olympium.
Yeah.
And I wished him good luck, and he came in 2nd place. But yeah, we trained quite a bit. Then my grandfather over in Scotland, Aberdeen, Scotland, passed away. It was, I'll never forget it. It was Halloween, and my dad had to fly home immediately, and then there was no money to afford to go to continue on. But became a lifeguard, always drawn to the water. I'm Aquarius.
There you go. There you go.
Get me a mermaid tail. But,
wow. So you're a like, you have to be certified, right, to be a legit scuba diver. So you're certified and all that sort of stuff.
I'm open water certified. I'd love to go on further, but I'm more just taking my time with it. The first outfit, I felt I wasn't taught well, and I've since moved over to SSI in Kitchener, groundhog divers, and they're more concerned about you learning
Mm.
properly. Everything's online now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just find I don't know if it's they care more about you and your abilities compared to the other ones. I just felt we were just pushed through.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do all the recommendations, even though I'm a competitive swimmer
Mm-hmm.
in my own mind still. I didn't get to see the dive. I didn't get to do my second dive
Mm.
because they had you do a buddy dive system to share each other's octo for safety in case one person runs out of air and you do
Ah.
the signal.
Uh-huh.
Um, and they passed me. So I thought,
Mm.
and two divers came up with bloody noses because they didn't equalize. So when
Yes.
you come back up, your nose is
Wow.
bleeding.
Wow.
So I just felt I wasn't looked after properly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'll get back into it, but just to be safe. The deepest dive I've gone is probably 23, 26 feet
Mm-hmm.
for a ring find client.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the young lady up in Barrie, she's a dive master. So there's
Ah.
water advanced is my next step.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's different courses you can take. One of the ring finders, Brian Spilsbury from Guelph, he's a master and he's a trainer
Mm-hmm.
through groundhog divers. So
Mm-hmm.
he's just joined ring finders, but he's amazing. He's
Mm-hmm.
got incredible skills. So
So
yeah,
you're
just
so your
sorry.
so your scuba diving then is like perfectly I guess melded with ring finding. It's I mean that opens up a lot of rings that you can find because of your scuba diving where you're not limited to land.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then now with the Dive Blue 3 Nemo product that's just come out, there you don't need to be open water certified. I personally feel you should be,
Mhm.
but that's your own discretion. Now this product is opening up the doors to other detectors or people for just going dock diving or it's a 10-foot hose. Just going past, Wasaga Beach has the sandbar, the trough, sandbar trough, and it goes for miles.
Yes.
Well, in the trough is where all the goodies sit. So
Ah, okay.
yeah, it opens up for me being
Mhm.
five
Yes.
foot five,
Yes.
um, and the other guys that hunt Wasaga Beach, they get in those troughs because they've got another foot on me, foot and a half.
Ah, yeah, exactly. Now what detector do you normally use when you're like in actually like under the water?
It's a Mind Lab Excalibur 2.
Ah.
I have two of them.
Mhm.
And I have my first one with the smaller 9-inch coil is modded out with the Anderson detector shaft. So it is only the coil head is only approximately that far from the controls where my hand sits. So it's easier if anyone watches Michael Oliver, he's got this great big long shaft and then he has to bring himself to the target. Whereas this, you can just set it down beside you. It's got a loop, but now I've attached it. I lost some gear up in Lake D, so now I attach everything to my BCD.
Mhm.
But the target's right there that you can fan it or scoop it with your hand.
Yes. Yes.
Um, and it's much easier, in my opinion, with that Anderson detector shaft being so short.
Mhm. Now have you ever gone diving in an exotic location?
Oh, yes, my one and only certified dives, the Florida Keys.
Ah.
Yeah, I went to see Christ the Abyss, and that's one of my Instagram pictures on my Alison M. Walker 48 account.
Uh-huh.
and it was amazing. But too, unfortunately, it was right after the Hurricane Irma. I had gone down specifically to the Scuba Wise Treasure Dive Workshop with Captain 𝗙𝗪𝗓𝗪, Captain Bradley Williamson, and Dive Master Mark Littleton, and they all dove the 𝗥𝗚𝗓𝗪. That is my dream when I retire to be
Is that
going.
the 𝗥𝗚𝗓𝗪? Was that Mel Fisher?
Yeah, Mel Fisher fame. Yeah, amazing. 888 million recovered to date, probably more now
Hmm.
in Spanish galleon treasures. Like, it's just fascinating for me. I
Have
could listen to those guys for
oh,
hours, days.
have you ever
Yeah.
held one of those gold bars? I just wonder what they feel like.
You can hold the silver bar at, I went to the McCarty Museum, which was another group of treasure hunters, but also the Mel Fisher Museum in, I think it was St. Augustine. You can actually put your hands in this encasement and hold the silver bar, but
Wow.
you can see all the treasures. On my YouTube channel, I've made videos of both
Hmm.
visits to the museums.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. What about shipwreck sites? Are you do you need special certification to dive on a wreck?
Oh, absolutely. Open water, but probably advanced depending on the depth of the wreck.
Ah.
So open water, you can only go 40 feet.
Okay. Is there some wreck that you would eventually one day, or that you just like dream about diving?
I understand from one of my Kelly Shire's pink sisters, Dorothy, we call her Dee. Her boyfriend is down in the States, I think South Carolina, and there is a wreck that's just offshore, not sure the depth, that is 3 football fields long.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So that
Okay.
would be fascinating.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, anything. I just, it's incredible. Even the east coast of Canada, there was a gentleman, can't remember the book. I haven't read the book yet, but he discovered some of the Spanish galleons on the east coast of Canada.
Really?
So I'd love to go and see Dean and Steve Bobber out that way. I was hoping to go this summer,
Mm-hmm.
and that's on my bucket list to do and go hang with them and
Oh, right on.
hopefully find my first Spanish real,
Oh my
other than the
gosh.
one I did purchase in Florida
Ah.
3 years ago.
Oh,
It was 12, an 8 real. It's huge, but it was off a different ship, the Saint Angelina or something like that.
just want to
There's over
say, just wanted
3,000 shipwrecks, right?
exactly. I just wanted to say thank you to BC Treasure Trails for sending some cyber cashola our way. So thank you, BC Treasure Trails. Now, Allison, what about we do have some I guess some impressive wrecks, do we not? In within vicinity, like in is it Lake Ontario maybe, or Erie, or the other lakes?
Yes, I understood that they found a wreck in incredible condition in lakes. I believe it was Lake Superior.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was a smaller type. Uh, I'm not too sure if it was like an 1850s.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be very cold waters. So
Mm.
I'm not fully dry suit certified yet.
Ah, okay.
I've done the course and then
Mm-hmm.
something entered life and put a
Mm-hmm.
squash to everything.
Yeah.
Um,
So the dry suit, is that the one that has like two layers with water going through it or something like that? I
yeah, no, that's something different that a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
commercial divers use, and especially like the
Ah.
Bering Gold,
Oh.
Bering Strait. Dry suit you have under thermals, and there's an extra hose, and you can add air into your suit, but it's a completely different buoyancy. I found
Okay.
when I was doing my pool training, I had to have weights on my ankles
Mm.
to keep me from diving where my feet would always be up because the air would be up
Ah,
at
okay.
night.
Okay.
There's a you have to know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
you don't get wet underneath. Like I could go to Wasaga Beach today,
Yes.
put my dry suit on and go up to my neck, but
Right.
you can feel it scrunching with the pressure, even just walking in. But I can
Yes.
keep detecting till it freezes over.
Yes. Now you kind of mentioned it earlier, but there's a new I guess a new apparatus on the market, and it's called the Dive Blue. And you purchased one, and I've watched some of your videos. You're really gung ho about it.
Oh gosh, want to see it?
Sure, if you have it there, I'm going to give you a full screen for that.
That's all you need, other than your dive belt, your detector, your weight belt, detector, and your fins. That is, I've got 4 battery packs I ordered. That's all you need to go 10 feet or less.
Wow.
It's just so versatile. I'm going to pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
In both my dives that I did use with it, I actually installed it incorrectly. I put the motor on top, whereas it goes underneath and then snaps on.
Mm-hmm.
I was just so excited to get in the water finally. So that's your dive flag. That's the buoy, and you blow up from underneath by pushing that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you set the motor in. That's all it is. It's a special motor. So you put it in this way, whereas I was putting it in the other way.
Yeah.
And then you attach it. That floats, and then your dive flag goes on where the air, I believe, exits out here.
Okay.
Goes into a little tube on the top here, and that floats. But it's amazing. The one day I used it for the ring recovery. It was like I had to walk through Lake Rosso. You know who lives on Lake Rosso? All the well-to-do, more than
Yes.
There's a lot of families that's been handed down, but this cottage was a home. It was absolutely beautiful. The people were so nice, and I had to walk through their upstairs door down through their home to get to the door to go down to the dock. So normally I would have my BCD, my tank that weighs probably 70 pounds.
Wow.
My weights, my fins, my gear, my sand scoop, sometimes depending on the depth, and my detector. And I'd have to carry that. I'd have to make 2, maybe 3 trips. But I made 1 trip with this unit. Here's the hose. And this is the little strap that goes around your back and attaches. And then there's the smart red. They are working on a unit that are coming out. They said in the summer, but they're testing it. So it's maybe going to go 25 feet. To me, that's the one to get. So if that comes out, this one just might be up for sale.
So how would you, with that, you can stay in the water longer. You don't have to surface.
Correct. Until the battery pack that fits inside. I don't have one. I think it's in there. It just slides in underneath on the motor, right into here. And this attaches. You have to make sure these connections are tight, not super tight. You can't get them off, but tight that nothing leaks. When that battery, and again, depends on your fitness. If you're in top form and you're breathing normally, you never hold your breath, then you can take that battery normally 1 hour to anywhere from 1 hour 20 minutes to 1 hour 40 minutes, 45 minutes, depending. Yeah.
So this
and
is
then you would come up and change the batteries.
Okay. Now, would you, being down below at 10 feet, or with the new one, you're going to be, you said possibly at 20 or 25 feet. Is it going to tell you that, hey, your air's like almost non-existent, or the battery's dying? Are you...
I'm not too sure. I haven't drained a battery yet. I first saw it. I had a ring find up in Lake Superior. I took Anne Millman from Peterborough Ring Finders. Anne and I go to a lot of hunts. You remember meeting Anne at
I
Pound the Ground? We
I
shared.
did. I did meet Anne. Yes, I did.
Yeah. And she brought her unit up. That was the first time I've actually seen it in hand.
Ah.
That was an incredible adventure. I always, pick out my favorite ring recovery, and that just for the adventure,
Hmm.
driving straight up there with Anne with stops at peeing at the side of the road, Sudbury, um, for food. We brought food. Arriving there we should have arrived at 5:30 in the morning. I think we arrived at 6:45, and
Now,
thunder and lightning,
just
slap.
for
Correct.
those people who don't really know, kind of what that was huge in that you actually for a ring find you drove. Was it like 12 hours to go find someone's ring?
No, it was 16
Oh,
hours.
this
One
lady,
way.
this lady drove 16 hours one way to find was it a ring?
It was her late grandmother's ring, made from Italy. Um,
Incredible, incredible.
yeah, it was stunning.
Wow,
It's irreplaceable.
wow,
Um, I found the ring in 40 minutes, and Anne
wow.
found some goodies as well. So then we went for breakfast at the Flying J,
Oh.
and we concocted I always like to surprise my clients. I love when they cry, but I like to surprise them. And if you've watched the video, we did a good job. And then I met her. We came right back home. Um, that was crazy. Rained all the way to, I'm gonna say, Aurelia. Um,
Mm,
and that was again another 16 and a half hours home. Um,
wow.
yeah.
That's absolutely that's insane. Now we're going to talk about the ring finders. We're going to talk about the ring finders a little bit more, but just going back to there's some interest in that. Is it a Nemo, Blue Nemo, or is that what it's called? That device that you were talking
Uh,
about?
Blue 3 Nemo.
Okay,
Yeah,
that one.
I'm
Would
an affiliate with them, which I don't receive money. I receive 10% of anyone that orders through my link.
mhm.
I don't know the program. I've talked to and helped like Andre Wend over in Germany, but never got credit for it.
Mhm.
There's
Now,
a gentleman out west, the same thing, but so it doesn't
it
matter.
now is that can a just a regular person who is not a certified scuba diver um purchase and use one of those? Would you recommend that, or would you recommend some training?
They do all the online training. They state that you do not have to be open water certified. Anyone can purchase one.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think you should be open water certified, but that's my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Um, let's talk about the ring finders because we've pretty much really already talked about. For those in the chat or that are watching this that perhaps don't know, we're talking about a legitimate. Is it a legitimate organization called the Ring Finders, right?
It's a global organization called the Ring Finders, correct?
Mm-hmm. And can anyone become a ring finder?
Yeah, you get a good hour-long interview with Chris Turner. Chris is out in British Columbia, and he's basically the face of Ring Finders, CEO maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but the owner, I believe, lives in San Francisco. The Ring
Ah.
Finders was up for sale in the summer. I'm not sure if it is, but many of us are spread out all over the world.
Mm-hmm. Now, it being the ring finders, you find more than you get phone calls for stuff that's not just rings.
Yeah, I just had one last Monday for a cell phone lost on a trail.
Mm.
I've had requests for property bars.
Ah,
Um,
okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, mainly rings, mainly wedding rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um,
What would you
no,
say is
but
your most emotional ring find?
there's been a few. There's one I've gone back 8 times to Lake D. I'm not giving up on that one. The gentleman that gave his wife this massive bracelet, he worked for my father for 35 years at Toronto Hydro. So I'm not giving up on that. I can. I'm just. They have not put me in the right area, and that when I first dove was 2 feet of silt. That you're swinging the coil, and that's where I'm trying to master the circular grit. The most emotional, I don't know if it was my very first one 4 years ago with Trisha, who was with a guy for 18 years. They had a son, and he had finally proposed, got married, and 6 months later, she lost both her wedding rings 225 feet from shore at beach number 5 at 𝗥𝗚𝗢𝗪𝗢𝗥𝗟𝗏 Beach. That was my very first call out. The day, it was the afternoon of my first interview with Chris Turner to become a ring finder. That morning I became one, got my first call. I went 4 times, and the 4th time I cried when I found them, because I knew what it meant to her. And I had not asked for a call out fee because I didn't know what I should be asking, or you have to pay for your travel. If scuba, that my cost goes up for scuba. I know that the pandemic, I've done a number of free ones because I'm already there. It was incredible. Like, I thought she went into shock because she couldn't speak right.
When you found it?
No, when I presented it in a little Tim Hortons bag. She was actually at beach number 1 with her friends. And I'd gone, and I was like at the end of my rope that day. And then I got this tone, and it must have been platinum. It's not been a tone that I've heard on the Excalibur. And it just blew my ears off. And then I found the first one in the first scoop. The second one was 6 feet away, the engagement ring. And it was a Vera Wang set. And I just like, oh my God, I cried.
I guess. Now, now you do not, or when I watch most of your ring finding videos, like you said, you do have expenses and all that sort of things, but most of the times, correct me if I'm wrong, you do not actually take a fee. Instead, you welcome a donation to Kelly Shires. Can you?
No. I do take a fee. Sometimes not if I'm there. Anywhere from $20 to my well, I'm not going to say what my one to.
Yeah, that's fine.
I split it with my co-partner there in crime to drive. But one dive when I received $700 just to go. They were desperate to get it. And instead of taking a reward when I do find it, I ask the client to pay it forward and make an immediate online donation to the 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗪𝗧 Breast Cancer Foundation. And I ask that they donate 10 to 20% of the value. A lot of times it's more than that. Sometimes it's $25. It doesn't. I just want them to pay it forward, and they get a tax receipt for that. I'm 13 years volunteering snowmobiling with the 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗧 Breast Cancer Foundation. It's an amazing organization. I have 85 pink sisters, and an event to just overwhelming at this family. The Factory Recreation is our biggest sponsor. Royal Distributing is our biggest sponsor. Factory Recreation, Skidoo. We got Jack from Radio World that comes up. Jack is actually Kelly Shire's half brother. Jack's mother married Kelly's father.
Really?
That's how I met Jack, I believe.
Oh.
At the golf tournament. Yeah, that's how I met Jack. Was probably 7-year ring finding, or pardon me, 7-year detecting. So 8 years ago at the 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗪𝗧𝗏 event, he came up, and that's where I first met him.
Now for those who don't know who Jack Summers is, he is, would you say he's the proprietor at Radio World? Or would
I
you
think
say
he's a
that?
general manager.
Okay. All right. Yeah, great location to get some to get metal detecting gear. So in regards to 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗧𝗏's, can you fill us in a little bit?
Oh, 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗧𝗏's is a foundation. Kelly lost her battle. I've been with the organization 13 years, so she lost her battle, I believe it's 15 years ago. I never got the opportunity to meet Kelly or Brian Fish's wife, Kim Sparks. They both passed away soon between one another. It's ongoing. We're in our 23rd year. We raise money to financially assist breast cancer patients, mainly women, but men are getting breast cancer. I can't stress enough for any of the cancers for early detection, even prostate cancer. I volunteer with the Prostate Cancer Canada, or the Sled Ride for Hope, Steve Hutton's group, Jim Dorsey. They're great causes, and that was a huge network. But 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗧𝗏's, the patient has to apply to the foundation for financial support. It's just amazing to be able to help people that really need it.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing too, and very disappointing, the number of people that apply to the foundation that do not have breast cancer. I don't know how the ladies that review those applications, how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just grateful. I'm so grateful. I work for the city of Brampton. I have probably in the top 10 benefit packages in Ontario, and I'm so blessed, so
Mm-hmm.
grateful. And
Mm-hmm.
I too I'm a rare anus cancer survivor, 10 years now. I didn't have to pay. I had to pay $1 something
Mm-hmm.
for medicine, $1, and I complained about it. After that, I didn't complain.
Yeah, we're extremely fortunate to live in Canada and to
Yeah.
receive the benefits that we do. And I just want to say that it is coming to the end of the year, and I know there's a lot of people out there who perhaps at the end of the year they look at all their finances and they see that they do have a little bit that they can donate. And I think that 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗧𝗏's might be an interesting, might be a good little donation to make, and it is a great cause. And you can definitely check out 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗧𝗏's Breast Cancer Foundation. Yeah, I know that was tough for you to talk about, Allie, and I do appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you very much for mentioning it. Yeah.
I just want to say that my really good friend Yuri from Russia, part of the Russian War Diggers, has joined us in the chat, and
Wow.
I am going to do everything I can to get an interview / chat on Coffee with Liz with Yuri and the Russian War Diggers. They are an amazing channel, and definitely check out their stuff. And like I always say, you do not need to speak the language of the channel that you're watching, but I gotta say, Yuri is fluent in English, so right on, right on. Thank you, Yuri. I appreciate that very, very much. Now, Alison, oh my goodness, you're a metal detectorist too. Are you not?
Yes, I am.
Now, how long would you say you've been actually metal detecting? We're not going to talk about like not the water or anything like that, but just metal detecting. How long would you say you've been doing that?
Probably 7 years, 8 years, 7 or 8. I guess 7.5 since we're at the end of the season, right, for us?
Yes. And what got you started in that? Was it just something that you needed a hobby, or you seem like a very busy person to begin with? But what brought that about?
I went to a 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗧𝗏's breast cancer golf tournament. Jack was there. He brought along a beginner 𝗦𝗛𝗢𝗪𝗥𝗟𝗑 machine, and I bid on it and won it. And
Oh,
then
you're kidding.
that was what I took to the first hunt. I have 3 girls. They're now 17, 19, 25. But I took my youngest 2 back then, and they liked it for a little while, but I got hooked. I found coins, and I thought, oh, this is so cool. And then, yeah, it just took off from there. Just
Wow.
something too. I wish I started. I'm
I
gonna
know.
age myself here. 40
No.
years ago with my father, that would have been
Yeah.
awesome to do with my
Yeah.
dad. You know.
Yeah. Hindsight, is 2020, and if we had a chance to like hit the the back bar on our lives, that could, I was gonna say, can you imagine? But I'm sure you've imagined that. That would have been wonderful. Yeah, that would have been wonderful. Sorry, I had to take a slurp. You're not drinking anything this morning. What's up with that? Oh, you are. Okay, you are. Okay.
Got my just the tin roof. I treated myself this morning, and I have a little 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏 cream in there. It's
a little Gretzky / Bailey's kind of sort of thing going on. Hint. Is that a big hint?
Yeah.
That's okay. I won't hold that against you.
And the sugar with something a little bit more sweeter.
Oh, right on. My goodness. Right on. So you started off with the 𝗥𝗢𝗓𝗏𝗪𝗘𝗏. How long did it take you to move up to another detector?
6 weeks.
Wow, that's not long at all.
Yeah, I was talking to 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗔𝗟𝗏𝗪𝗡𝗛𝗏, who was my original mentor, and he was saying, "Oh, I've got another machine." I believe one of his dear friends had passed away, who he got into metal detecting, and I jumped on it. It was the 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏. That is an excellent machine. I wish that was waterproof. Yeah, that was an amazing machine. I couldn't swing. I've tried the CTX 3030. Again, another top machine. It's just too heavy. I like, when I go out, I go as long as I can. One day I was in the water 13 hours, start at 9 and ended at 10.
Wow.
I had to get out of the park.
Wow.
So yeah, so now I have the Equinox 800. I've had that for 2-3 years now.
Was that after the 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏?
No, the Excalibur came within probably 4 months after that.
Now, do you use the Excalibur 100% in the water?
No, I use both. Mainly Excalibur, but if I'm going neck deep, I'll put the big coil, the 15-inch coil on the Equinox, and I'll go. But if I'm going below, definitely the Excalibur. Like the dock dive, I use the Excalibur because it's black. You can't see much underneath. It's very rare that we get a clear hunt in the water for a ring finder client anywhere where I've dove. But I love the Equinox for the lightness. I've got the Detect Edge shaft.
Yes. What coil do you have on the Equinox, like, most of the time? Standard?
I use all 3 of them.
Really?
The farm fields, I've got the 15-inch, and yesterday there's a lot of beer caps, frustrating, pull tabs. I threw on a little coil yesterday, slowed right down, in a place, Project Ryan Ginger, I always nickname my properties, and I came up with this sweet little button yesterday. I don't dig too many buttons.
Oh, that's
like a tulip design.
That's really nice. What does the backside look like? Because I think you put the picture on Instagram of the. Oh, that's nice.
It's a 2-piece. I've never dug a 2-piece before.
That's nice. That's a nice button.
Yeah.
Wow. Was that a cornfield or just a field that you were out in yesterday?
It's a cattle field, but it was right beside the driveway.
Wow. Okay, that's a nice button. That's a really nice button.
Oh, and I had to get some water in there. I've been dying to go down to the water behind this property, and I dug this button. There's
Wow.
nothing on it, but the back is interesting, and it was in the uproot of an uprooted tree.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How many times do I see uprooted trees in the forest and I'm like swinging and I never get anything, and gee whiz, didn't you pop one? Wow.
There
Wow.
was something else. Yeah, this area is known for Native American camps, and I am, you know what the top thing on my bucket list is a pipe tomahawk or anything Native American.
Oh, wow.
I'm going after it. I've got some research to
Wow.
do this winter, and we're probably going to form a little research group.
Ah.
I brought a couple of newbies on board,
Hmm.
um, and Glenn Bools from Fergus is my main digging partner.
He's
Um,
in the chat.
Yay, brother Glenn! And we had Brian. Brian is very new to detecting, and it's funny he was upset yesterday because he was just finding nails, and he's brand new. He's been out with us twice. He figured that he'd just go over and find coins everywhere.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got a lot to learn.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate, but I think a lot of people, because of what new people, because of watching videos, actually think that they're gonna go out there and they're gonna find like these really old coppers and all this stuff, and it's just not like that. You got to dig your fair share of nails until you actually like hone into the sounds and that sort of thing.
And me personally, I learn from every outing I go, every ring find even, I learn. Like the cell phone, I like people to save their money, especially during these times. And I learned I should have said, well, why don't you go out first thing in the morning and walk back the way? They would have found it.
Mm.
It was on a little ATV trail, but there was tall grass beside it. It was laying right there.
Ah, well,
Um,
you know.
but yeah,
Yeah.
but even the cornfields, like at first I was just, I'm a heavy gridder. I grid in the water. One of my ring finders clients made a pool for an attachment. He's a pool builder. And he said, oh, leave it with me. I've lost the first one. I've got another one. And, I like to cover off the area and go
Mhm.
around in circles, whether it
Mhm.
be in the beach, like the New Jersey guy, you take your center mark and go the other way and drag your your sand scoop.
Yes,
And you're
yes,
creating that and you're
yes,
covering off the area.
yes.
Um,
So you're very methodical. Um,
yes, yeah,
okay. Not there's no haphazard with Pink Power Alley.
yeah.
So Allie, you created, like, I mean, all this stuff, you created a YouTube channel. What was that, to share your videos with people, or the ring finds, or what was the motivating
Um,
factor behind you doing the or creating a YouTube channel?
It was both. It was my YouTube channel is called Pink Power Alley, ALLY, Treasure Hunter, and it was to share my. Originally, it was for my dad was a piper in the 48th Highlanders for over 50 years, and I would, after he passed from Alzheimer's, I went to the Fergus tattoo for the first time and went to the old mill. I used to do the Robbie Burns Haggis address every single year, and it was just overwhelming. But then I got into metal detecting and thought, oh, I'll upload some videos. I like to inspire younger generation, but now women,
Yes.
to get
Mm-hmm.
into metal detecting.
Mm-hmm.
This summer, I was going to start, thanks a lot, COVID, a women's only group,
Ah.
um, for metal detecting women that are just getting into it, because they go to these hunts and they're overwhelmed
Mm.
with the guys. And, you see Joe Blow, he's just racing around or swinging over everything. And, but then you get like Steve would take time with some of the new detectorists and the ladies or DJ Dowling and
Mm-hmm.
just take their time and, go slow or give them some pointers. So I thought, what better way to, Anne is on board with me and get
Mm-hmm.
together maybe once a month at a location, different areas,
Mm-hmm.
and just get together. What's your fears? What kind of questions you have? Meet one-on-one, or with the group, and just help each other out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we do a lot of the times as
Don't
women.
don't forget about me. I will definitely help you out with that. Like, absolutely, I will help you out with that. Gotta say though, when you said about there's not as much as we see, like we see Gypsy, we see like Steph Diggs, we see the Jersey History Hunters and all these people. There are not a lot of women in metal detecting, and I gotta say, I don't know if you've dabbled in your YouTube analytics, but when I go into my analytics and I see who my viewers actually are, like 95% of my viewers are men. How?
Yeah, I don't know anything
we need
about the
we need to bring
analytics.
more women into the hobby. We gotta, yeah, women should not be afraid or intimidated or anything like that, because for the most part, the men in the hobby are just say hello and they'll help you out. Like they're not boogeymen or anything like that. That's been my experience anyways. Yeah, we need to get more
And we've
ladies.
got some great Canadian ladies, yourself and Lori Gagne. Um,
Yes, Lori
you
is
know,
a pinnacle, is the pinnacle, I think, of Canadian metal detecting ladies. But yeah,
oh,
we need more women
that
in the hobby.
YouTube production she did on the Equinox for people that are not
Oh,
much readers was
yes,
unbelievable.
yes,
What they've done
I
for
think
that.
that was like the authority in the Equinox was the series that Lori and Relic Dirty Hands put together. And I always recommend that whenever anyone says, "Oh, blah blah blah, I'm having problems," check Lori's channel out for the Equinox series. Absolutely.
Yeah, Relic Dirty Hands. Woo!
Absolutely. So yeah, so when COVID goes away, and I hope it really does, because I'm getting really tired of it. But when COVID goes away, and whenever it is that you begin this great idea, yeah, I'm definitely on board with that. Definitely on board.
Wonderful.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Now you live in a predominantly, I guess, kind of country-ish, not boonyish. I don't like saying that in any derogatory way, but predominantly you don't dig in schools or parks or that kind of stuff. You dig in like fields and that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
I dig in. Well, I had a medallion very close to me at a public school that was lost, and I donated my time because I could walk there. And the first night, I started at 11:30. I said, the sooner you get there, even though we don't have to worry too much. There is some diggers here in Erin, and we went out the first night at 11:30. I met the mom and the son, his teenager, and some of his friends. I didn't realize it was 3:45 a.m. when I stopped. I don't give up. And if I had gone two more down and backs, I would
Yeah.
have found it. But I went three more nights in a row, and one night was rain on and off. The fourth day, I found it. But I found 3 gold rings in the meantime. Um,
Wow.
so those are about to be posted. I will request that they just make a donation to the
Hmm.
Kelly Shires.
Hmm.
But word gets out, and I've got some properties in Caledon now. One property, it's seventh generation, and I'm teaching their young lad who's a bit challenged. And we found some incredible coins. We just found a 1918 King George V.
Hmm.
That's one of my favorite coins, is the large cent
Hmm.
from the 1918.
Hmm.
Oh, we found an 1859 on their property earlier in the year.
Hmm.
And the coin that when the king and queen first came to Canada, they put that coin out.
Yes, yes, yes.
Found one of those.
Oh, right on.
I didn't know what it was.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, just some different items. We
Mm-hmm.
found their property bar. They took it out. I said, no, you're supposed to leave that in. And the kid was just all over. It's like, we need
That's
a number 12. I
that.
want to find another property bar.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
That's in my videos we nicknamed it 𝗙𝗪𝗚𝗪𝗡𝗪.
I was going to ask
So
you about that.
yeah.
Yeah,
And the reason we named him is because one of my ring finds from my girlfriend Tracy, her daughter lost her beautiful engagement ring at a baseball tournament. And I went and when I found it, they turned around and donated their metal detector from Canadian Tire, and I gave it to young Josiah, and that's why he's nicknamed 𝗙𝗪𝗚𝗪𝗡𝗛.
that's now you donated on one of your videos you donated a MindLab Go Find. Oh, I'm starting to. You donated a MindLab Go Find to a young detectorist. Is that someone else?
Yes, that's my boyfriend Max. He's 7 years old. Yeah, and Jack Summers gave Heather Reed my name and number. Her late Uncle Paul, lost his ring on a private camping fishing area up in Minto. And they came, pick me up. I didn't charge them anything. They fed me. And
Wow.
she's like a little sister to me now.
Right on.
So Max was interested. He's more of he's going to be a professional fishing. This kid, oh my gosh, he teaches me fishing. I teach him detecting.
Right on. That's a good trade-off.
Yeah.
Really
And
good
so
trade-off.
I've been back to their lake there was another in one summer last year, 2 rings lost. They came back.
Wow.
I've pulled 11 rings out of that. I
Wow.
haven't given them, I've sent some information to the management
Mm-hmm.
to please post them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm yet to go back this year. But yeah, so he's got a detector, and his mom's like, when are you coming to air? We need you here. We've got some history here. We want to
Right
get
on.
out. And I said, I'll bring my detectors. I do want to give a shout out to, I can't remember, the 2 guys from the spring. Radio World has the spring fling at the store at the beginning of the season. Unfortunately, we didn't have it this year. And those 2 guys donated 2 detectors. So I'm hoping to hopefully find a young lady that her
Mm-hmm.
parents will come out and
Mm-hmm.
she's interested. I did have another one of those machines was donated to a young lad here in Erin. Um, yeah, so I like inspiring the young folks too,
Mm-hmm.
not other
Mm-hmm.
than ladies and some guys. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome stuff. Now that's what Project Paluso is all about as well.
Yeah.
Is getting new people out, or getting young people out, and maybe getting them interested in the hobby.
Oh, that's more that farm that I nicknamed that farm. So Project Ryan Ginger, Project Paluso,
Mm-hmm.
Project Zulu is another one in Brampton. Project Apples is an old apple orchard. So when I get a property,
Yeah.
I give it a nickname. I take
Uh,
my location services off on my telephone when I
uh,
do videos and pictures.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's
just
a
to protect. Yeah.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Now, being where you live up there, there was farms and all that, and you said the one place had 7 generations. It was a 7 generation property. Have you ever thought about maybe, or do they have them up there? They must. Like bottle digging or any like, have you ever stumbled upon a bottle dump or anything like that in some of these older family farms?
No, but I know of one.
Oh, you do know of one.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
And
Allison, you can ask me anytime.
okay. I know of a couple actually. It's just
Oh.
finding the time to
Yeah.
go, and they have a grandson. That grandson actually got one of the detectors.
Mm.
So it's just going. And
Ah.
there's horses in the field right now where it is. The
Oh.
bottles are all mounded up.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Oh my
I do
goodness.
I do have another one that's very special, and let's see. Trying to think of the area. Paris.
Oh.
It's I was supposed to go there a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, she lost her mom.
Mm.
Her mom battled with cancer, and so that might have to wait.
Mm.
I was so super excited. She pulled out this great big, I think I posted a picture. It was 1857 wine bottle, um,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
bright
Wow.
maybe, and it was still had the cork in it. Was absolutely
Wow.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Wow. 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 Well, if you ever need any need a pal to dig with you there, you know who. What
I'd love to
about
get out with you someday.
oh my goodness, right on, right on. We did meet at Pound. Well, we met before. We met before, I think, at Radio World, one of the beach hunts. Um,
Yes.
but we were roommates in at Pound the Ground, and that was absolutely incredible. Right on, right on. I had a great
Yeah.
time.
And found that wonderful cottage. And the lady,
Yeah.
when we were going back, she was going to join us. We were going to show her what to do. We were going to bring an extra detector.
Ah.
We had Metal Pirate Girl,
Mm-hmm.
and what else did we have there? Oh, and Anne brought a girlfriend as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we were going to take an extra couple of days, go back there.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately that didn't happen. That was a bit of a what I call a shit show. Excuse my language. It was, you know what? For me, it wasn't about finding, like, the first day the hunt was natural.
Yes.
I found a couple of incredible horseshoes. I don't think I found a coin, but there was so much potential. The second day was the seeded hunt, and there was people that walked away with only a couple of coins, and there was
Yeah.
people that walked away with 20 coins. It was
Yes.
different.
Yes.
But for me, my biggest joy from that was meeting so many wonderful people like Hoarder, DK from Ken from DK
Mm-hmm.
Adventures, seeing Carlotta, Tim and Ringy.
Mm-hmm.
Carlotta is like a little sister.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gypsy.
Yeah.
Oh, there was so many. Peggy
Yeah.
and or
Yeah.
Charles Schaefer. I wish Kent and Wendy, like, would have been my 5th year going to Dirt Diggin' PA. That sells out in
Mm-hmm.
hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first one May, but we couldn't go because of the border closure.
Yeah.
They're like family to me. Sue and Patrick Wise and um, Sue Ellen and her man. It's just like family. Joe DeMarco's hunt, Friday night hunt. That was cool. The previous year, Joe DeMarco puts on an excellent hunt as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just meeting those people,
Yes.
to me, was my favorite find. Is all the friendships.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Finally meeting them in person. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I totally, totally um, agree with you on that. Now, from your years of metal detecting and everything else, we're kind of winding down the show. So I have my usual questions that I ask. Now, what's your most memorable find, like actual find? We're not talking the ring find stuff. Like from you detecting, what's the most memorable thing that you found?
I think it's got to be from this summer. I was invited down by wonderful friends from Bellefonte. They live on an island outside of 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗪𝗏,
Ah.
and I found um, these two items. I found this. I didn't know what I found when I found it. It's an 1884 Morgan silver dollar.
Wow.
It does not have the mint mark of CC, which this coin, if it was in mint condition, I understand could be worth $400,000. I don't know values of coins, but there is no mint mark. And I think a propeller hit it. It was in chest deep water in a
Wow.
little bay. Once I saw this on the back, the eagle with the scroll, I thought,
Yeah.
okay, this has got to be something special. I don't know much about
Yes.
coins, just that
Yes.
I love finding them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sent a message to Hoarder. It's like, hey, buddy, do you know what this is? She goes, oh my God, Allie, you might have something special there. Do you have a CC mint mark? It's like, what's that?
Uh-huh.
So I Googled it. It's like, oh my goodness. But also, a few days earlier, just they have a pathway on the island, and this I'm still researching. It's a medallion from, I can't see if you can see it. It's 1622.
Does that say Bostonia?
Bostonia Policia. And then on the date, there's another date on the one side
Wow.
that says 1822. But I don't know what the initials. I just posted it on ID Me. This
Ah.
is, I didn't know this was silver until I posted it on, there's nothing on the back.
Uh-huh.
It's a
Wow.
big, it's all caked on. So I've started just picking it away with my Audrey's pencils.
Yes.
Now I can't find my one with the steel on it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there
Be
it is.
be very, very careful cleaning that until someone identifies it.
Yeah, I don't go crazy on them, but yeah, it's incredible. I've seen the portions with just the medallion, and it's like, but not with this blue inlay.
Yeah, it looks like there's blue enamel on the outside or something. That's really nice.
Yeah, so that is it's the fascination of what have I found.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
this is extra special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it.
What about
That was
weird?
fun.
What about weird? Any weird finds up in the fields of Erin?
No.
Like something
No,
that shouldn't be where you found it, but you did, or anything like that?
No. I did in 𝗥𝗚𝗓𝗪𝗏 Beach a couple of years ago. Was
Mhm.
a Buddha, a big ceramic
Really?
Buddha statue. It was like this big.
Really?
Yeah, and it was all broken. There was a heavy storm up in 𝗥𝗚𝗓𝗪𝗏, and I dug it out because it was broken. I didn't want people stepping on it. That's another thing. I love cleaning up things. So I dig everything. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I dig it all.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get it out. I've dug these logging spikes from 𝗥𝗚𝗓𝗪𝗏. They're historical, so I'll be donating them to Ontario Parks.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Right on. Now, do you have anything on your bucket list that you would absolutely like go mental if you found?
The pipe tomahawk.
Really? I'm gonna have to Google that to see exactly like you want the complete. Well, obviously you might not get the complete one, right? Would just the metal part.
Just the metal part. Yeah.
Wow.
Matt Thompson found one this summer.
Really?
Somebody just found one in upstate New York, or a partial.
Wow.
And it's like, oh, I'm drooling.
Really?
Or even a Spanish real, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1, half real. There have
been reals found in Canada. Oh yeah. There's possibility. There's always possibility of that. Now, is there a metal detector or a piece of equipment maybe for scuba diving or detecting that you would absolutely, like, if money was no object and we could just like do that? Is there something that you would actually like to try or have to add to your equipment?
I would love to try the, what is it, the GPX7000, the gold machine. I'd love to go and try gold panning and gold detecting. I follow that, is it Polly from out west?
Oh yes. Is it Pioneer? Yeah. I think Pioneer Polly.
Pioneer Polly.
Yes.
Yeah. He's kooky, but I love him.
Oh, he's Canadian.
Yeah, and the other older gentleman with the big long beard. Yeah, that would be fascinating. I know there's old abandoned gold mines up in Ontario.
Oh, yes.
Northern Ontario, and you have to get a mineral license, I believe, and a claim. And that would be fun. But again, you need lots of time, lots of patience.
Yes. Yeah. More so time, I think, to get up there and to stay up there. It's not something you can do on a day trip.
Yeah.
You would definitely have to stay up there.
And I just picked up the 𝗏𝗏 from Radio.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting unit, the 2-in-1.
Yes.
And water and land, you have to change the bottom portion.
Yeah.
And that too is actually, if you're in tight spots compared to taking the 𝗥𝗚𝗓𝗪𝗏,
yes.
that machine is going to work. It's a PI machine.
Yes.
So I'm not used to the PI. Sometimes when I go with my 𝗥𝗚𝗓𝗪𝗏, I use the Detechnix pinpointer because it's good for 200 feet.
Okay.
divers can't go more than 110 feet normally.
Without
Advanced.
like other gas. You're getting into like gas, like those special gases, are you not?
Yeah, nitrox,
Yeah.
and you have to be certified with
Yeah.
nitrox as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
2 more.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think around here that you would ever need that, right? I
Well,
can't see.
Lake Superior would be for that.
Well, if you're gonna dive on one of those ships, then I guess so. But wow, yeah, there's always something that like that you can't there's always something that you can progress, or a way that you can progress, but that's not too bad. So what's in the future for Alison? What's in the future for Pink Power Alley, as far as maybe ring finding or scuba or detecting? Kind of a loaded question.
Keep doing the ring finding, keep raising money for charity, keep paying it forward, keep learning. I'm gonna be doing research, which I've never really done. I've got a number of different atlases. Actually, I have 2 of some of these, so I should really sell one off. Native American, I love to hit some fur trade route sites. Keep inspiring young people, inspire women to come on out, try it out.
Yes.
You might like it, you might hate it. You absolutely need patience. I never stop learning, and I hope I never do. I learn from watching others, how they swing, how they detect. I don't pay too much attention to the VDI numbers on the equinox. I'd love to try gold panning. I'd love to find the Queen's jewels with the scuba wise. I would love to. 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗔𝗟𝗓 and Jerry. I just recently started watching Adventures with Purpose. Oh my goodness. Have you ever seen that?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh Lord. They go river diving for cars to clean up the environment.
Okay.
One episode, I bawled my eyes out. They found a young man that had been missing for.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It was something else, but it brought closure to the family.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I'll have to check that out.
Cool. Yeah, Adventures with Purpose.
I will definitely check that out. Yeah. So how do the viewers stay in touch with you? Are you on social media at all?
Yeah, I have my own personal page, but I have Pink Power Alley Treasure Hunter on Twitter, Instagram, and a Facebook page. I haven't really been branded. I'd love to talk to someone that would donate their time to kind of brand me or help me with my media, because I seem to have duplicate pages with Detecting for Charity, the number 4, with both Facebook, and it's just a bit too much. I like someone to help me simplify things.
Yes, like one page, multifaceted, like yourself, would be a lot easier. Like you just post to one place, and then stuff gets posted elsewhere. Yeah, that sounds like, if anybody can help Allie, or maybe introduce her to someone that you think could help her with their social media stuff, definitely contact Alison. Do you have an email address, Alison?
Yeah, just AlisonWalker48@iCloud.com.
All right.
1 L in Alison, not 2. That's a surname in Scotland. 2 L's.
well, yeah, because they see your name Alison, and then they see Pink Power Alley with 2 L's, and they're like, which one is it? So Alison is a surname in Scotland.
Yeah.
So you could have been Allison.
I still think I'm part of the Hiram Walker clan.
That's not a bad thing. That is
not
a bad thing, Alison. Not a bad thing at all.
There's a bucket list too. Detectiveville and metal detecting in my dad's in the hills of Aberdeen or Moneymusk or the Glencairn. I actually took some of my dad's ashes over and put him at the top of a mountain called 𝗥𝗚𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗏. And we had a wee shot of Black Label, Johnny Walker Black, and my cousin John Walker is a first grade piper with in Scotland, and he played for 15 minutes at the top of 𝗥𝗚𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗏.
Wow.
It was just amazing. I feel like I took my father home with me.
Yes, that's wow. That is a wonderful story. That's thank you. You know, thank you for sharing that personal story with us. Wow. Alison, I want to thank you so very much for joining us this morning, for being a guest. Wonderful. Like I said, multifaceted, not just metal detecting, ring finding, scuba diving, the package. You are the package deal, Alison. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much for asking. I'm honored.
Right on. I am going to say goodbye to you, Alison. I'm just going to change up the screens if you don't mind, and I'm just going to wind down the show.
Stay safe, everyone, and wear those masks.
Yes.
I've got this custom mask.
Let's see it.
Put it on for you.
Let's see it. Oh my goodness.
That was made by Heather with Max, my boyfriend. She makes these.
Oh my goodness. And you know what? And you're supporting a local business, which is amazing.
Yeah. Stay safe, everyone, and get your masks on. Let's get through this COVID.
Right on.
I miss my traveling and meet my friends. So.
Right on. Thank you, Alison.
Cheers.
All right. Wow, that was Alison Pink Power Alley. If you have not checked out her channel, please check out her channel at some point in the day. Wow. Join me again next Tuesday, oh my goodness. Next Sunday, my special guest is going to be Steph from 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙 and all that amazing thing. Steph, stuff. That is next Sunday. My guest, Steph from 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙. Wonderful guest today, and thank you very much. If you have a suggestion on someone that you think I should chat with, send me an email, diggingcanuck@gmail.com. Like I said, I am hoping that everything aligns and I will be able to have my friend Yuri from the Russian War Diggers here on the show. That's going to be like absolutely huge. Until next time, before you exit the building, please make sure to hit the like button on this stream. And I know that there were a lot of people in the chat. I did see you all. There were a lot of people in the chat that were probably part of Alison's posse. So thank you very much for joining me today. If you're not subscribed to Digging Canuck, please consider doing so. I am trying to get to 4K, and then after 4K is 5K. Between 4K and 5K, we're going to be giving away a lot of Canadian silver in the form of silver dimes. Got to get to 4K first, then we'll do that, and then we'll do the big one when it comes to 5K. We are talking gold, my friends. Yes, gold. Please remember, as Alison said, please wear your masks when you are out and about. Let's get rid of COVID. Let's hopefully be able to do that. Everything can go back as far as crossing the border, visiting our friends, going to events, and that sort of things. Because oh my goodness, the thought of continuing in COVID is just not something that I really want to talk about. So that's going to be it. Thank you very much for joining me today. See you on Tuesday with the video. Some amazing stuff came out of the woods, so you'll definitely want to watch that. I want to thank my super chatters. Thank you so very much. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy the rest of your day. So right on. Get your official Digging Canuck merchandise at Teespring. Mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Remember that every purchase you make helps to support the channel. Check out the link in the description down below.